So back a few months ago, Dytac decided to make an airsoft replica of the Surefire Socom 2 series suppressors, and this was a really big deal in the airsoft industry, is because Dytac is the only airsoft manufacturer that produces the Surefire Socom 2 series suppressors. If you don't understand why there's a hype or why people are so hyped up about the suppressor, is because back many years ago, Surefire made a suppressor called the Socom 556 RC suppressor. That suppressor won the US Socom contract, which was a really big deal back then, is because they actually spent a lot of money purchasing those suppressors from Surefire and issuing it to the US Special Forces. It was a really, really big deal back then. They also made many different versions. They made like 556, 762. I think they made even a 338 version. I'm not entirely sure, but they made many, many different versions. And now, with their SOCOM 2 series suppressors, they updated the design. They changed the front end cap. It looks a little bit different, just ever so slightly different, but nevertheless, it is the most updated version that Surefire makes, and that's the reason why there's a hype behind it. And as of right now, Dytac only makes two versions. In the real steel world, the SOCOM 2 series suppressors, they actually have 556, 762. Dytac only makes the 556 versions, and they only make two versions. This one right here is called the Surefire Socom 556 Mini 2 suppressor. This is the suppressor that you would normally use for a full-length rifle build. If you care about aesthetics, you would normally use this for a full-length rifle build. This is about 5 inches in length. There's another suppressor that Dytac also makes that's a replica of the Surefire one, which is called the Socom 556 RC2. That's basically the second generation of their flagship suppressor, basically. And that suppressor is around 7 inches in length. You would normally use that suppressor for a short barrel rifle build, something like a 10.5 inch carbine, or a 10.5 inch M4. That's what you would normally use it for. And with those two versions of suppressors, you have a few options in terms of color and in terms of flash hiders. So in terms of color, first of all, they're Cerakoted. They have a Cerakoted flat dark earth, and they have a Cerakoted black version. They have it available for both length suppressors, for the Mini 2 and for the RC2. You also have another option that you can choose from, which is the flash hider option. When you purchase this suppressor from Dytac, it will come with a flash hider. And that flash hider, you can either get the one that has a 4-prong or the one that has a 3-prong. Personally, I opted to get the 4-prong one, is because I think it looks a little bit more aggressive, and that's what it looks like. It has the proper Surefire markings and the locking lug at the bottom, which I'll teach you how that works later on. And how this flash hider stays in place is that there's a tiny set screw on the bottom over here, and that's how the flash hider is secured and prevents it from turning left or right. So now that we got those details out of the way, let's take a closer look at the suppressor. So first of all, let me start by saying that this is probably the best looking suppressor that I have ever seen for airsoft. The quality over here is unbelievable. You would not believe how high quality this looks. Like when I first picked this up from JK Army, which is actually where I purchased this from, JK Army sells this for about 500, 600 Hong Kong dollars. The suppressor is heavy. The coating, the Cerakote, is perfect. It's spotless. Like, I did not know that this was Cerakoted, to be honest with you, until I bought it. After I bought it, the box has the Cerakote label, but otherwise, I did not know it was Cerakoted at first. It's because it's 100% spotless. There's no indication that this was even. It doesn't look like paint or any of the other Cerakote jobs that I've seen. Like, this looks really, really good. And just to let you guys know, the color of this actually looks normal. If you look at other tan suppressors, they normally look a little off. This actually looks like the proper flat dark earth that you would normally expect. This looks very, very similar to just the normal Magpul flat dark earth. That's the reason why I purchased this, is because the tan one looks phenomenal. The black one also looks cool, but it's just that, you know, I have a tan rifle, so that's the reason why I want to get the tan suppressor. And this is what the end cap looks like. If you look very carefully, there's no nicks, no marks, or anything like that. Very, very cleanly machined. And that's the marking for the Surefire markings. Also very, very good looking. right? That just basically makes, and the cool thing is that the markings actually face up when you actually have this on your rifle, so it sort of makes it feel pretty cool. And also, for the locking mechanism, this is the special part. And this is one of the biggest selling points in my personal opinion. So, with the locking mechanism, I don't know if you guys ever sensed this. If you look at the other Surefire replica suppressors out in the airsoft industry, I don't know if you guys ever noticed that the collar actually moves a little bit. And also, there's a very, very tiny bit of wobble. Interestingly, Dytac, they made this very, very tight. Not only did they make this very, very tight, they also made this feel like it's one piece with the flash hider. So let me demonstrate what I mean about that. So how these suppressors work is that there's an indexing notch on top that you can see here, or at the bottom. And what you basically do is that, let's say I don't know the orientation of the suppressor. You just take it, find the notch, I just found it, and then turn the collar, or the locking mechanism. And after you turn it, you can no longer turn the collar anymore, and that's it. The suppressor is locked into place. No wobble, nothing. There's no play, nothing. There's nothing to indicate that I can move. It is incredibly sturdy. It feels like it's one piece with the outer barrel. Right here, this is the reason why I purchased it. It's because when I picked up the suppressor, I noticed that immediately with the flash hider, it's super, super stiff, super, super rugged. You would not believe the quality of the suppressor. I was extremely surprised to find out that they made the Socom 2 series suppressor, and I was super surprised to find out that they Cerakoted it, and the mechanism was this perfect. Again, you would not believe how perfect this is. If you guys follow me on my Facebook page, you guys used to know I used to use another suppressor. I used to use this. This is called the, I forget the company who made this, but this is an airsoft replica of the Knights Ornament CQB suppressor. I forget the exact name for this, but it's the QD suppressor where you can take it off like this. Comes off really quickly, much faster than this. However, because of this spring tension is very, very weak, it comes off very easily. So I used to have two of this. I lost one. I lost it on this rifle. So what happened was that I played a Milsim game, and there was lots of forest, lots of overgrown trees and stuff. And I think what happened was that when I rammed this through a bush, is because I didn't want my BBs to hit the bush. I rammed it through it, and on my way back, it must have knocked the suppressor off like that. So that was quite unfortunate. It's because this suppressor is really expensive. They're very, very expensive. I think these are like 600 or 700 Hong Kong dollars. Very, very expensive. It's because these are officially licensed by Knights Ornament. Very, very expensive. They also come with a steel flash hider, but I mean, this system, honestly, to be quite honest with you, it's can you see that? It wobbles up and down and side to side. On the Dytac one, there's zero. There's nothing. No wobble, not a single indication that it will move. That's the reason why I picked one of these things up. If you like suppressors for airsoft, I guarantee you that you will love this thing. This thing is absolutely perfect. That's the reason why I'm saying that this is probably the best suppressor that I've ever seen for airsoft. If you guys are in Hong Kong and if you have the opportunity to pick one of these things up, I highly recommend you to go to JK Army or eHobby, pick one up and look at it. You would not believe it. Couldn't speak highly enough about it, to tell the truth. I know for sure that I want to get their other ones now. It's because now that I know that this tan one is secure, I probably want to get the RC2, because the RC2 is also quite famous. And again, that's basically the Surefire flagship model for their suppressor, the RC2. The Mini 2 is also very cool, as you can see, very, very aggressive looking, right? But it still makes the rifle really, really short. That's why I opted to get the short one. Anyways, that's pretty much it for the video review. It's just a suppressor, but you know, I thought it was worth doing a whole entire video for it because this is honestly pretty cool. Like it basically completed my tan look. I still need to get a stock and a new grip, maybe Cerakote the receiver. I don't know, but this is the look that I opted to go for now. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think. Please feel free to comment, like, and subscribe. I also have a Facebook page that you can follow me on, in which I'll leave a link in the description box below. If you wish to support the channel, please visit my website at verytacticalsolutions.com. We have a neat little products over there that you guys may be interested in. Thank you guys for watching, and peace, guys. Happy shooting.